For all you illegal pushers of Ponzi schemes, this is the part where Reverend Val comes for you. The witch is on ya. The witch is on ya. We about to go in. About to go in, family. The witch is on ya. Don't play. Do you see that? The witch is on. These Ponzi schemes. I tell you. But, people want to be wealthy. Don't do it. Don't do it, family. How you loving, boo? How you loving, boo? How you loving? It's Money Monday on Freedom TV. It's Money Monday. It's Money Monday. How you loving, boo? How you loving? It's Money Monday. Let's talk about it. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm Reverend Valerie Love, Divine Midwife of Soul Destiny. They also call me KAISI. Good morning, Shasha. How you loving? Wealthy, in the pocket and not in the vortex. Just not cool. Oh my goodness. Come on, Fun Ride. You said it. How did it get named Ponzi? Good question. It probably was some senator who wrote the law about it. Sometimes that's how we get those names. Like Roth IRA is named after Senator Roth, who proposed the Roth IRA in Congress. Love to questions on the Facebook Wealth group isn't showing. Love 2 questions. Oh, let me see. 2 questions on the Facebook Wealth group isn't showing. Pat, say more about that. The Facebook Wealth and Wellness group. Tell me more about that. Family, whoo. Oh, first of all, if you're new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, to join the group? Oh, the link will be below to join the group. As a matter of fact, look at the videos that I did on Friday and last week, and you should see the link to join the group. It's also at ValerieLove.com. Hop to ValerieLove.com right now. Shout out to Timmy Tripp. What's that? Not sure what that is. Yes, Pat. Go to ValerieLove.com right now. You'll find it. Welcome. If you're new here, welcome. Welcome. If you have been here before, welcome home. Welcome back. Welcome. Today, it's Money Monday on Freedom TV. What is Freedom TV? Freedom TV is where we're live every day at 12 noon or thereabouts. At 12 noon during this amazing experience of transcendence that the whole planet is having together. This ascensionary experience that we're all having together. That's what we do every single day on Money Monday. I mean, every single day on Freedom TV. And today happens to be Money Monday. Hey, Kathy, how you loving? Hey, how you loving, boo? How you loving? Today is Money Monday, family. Money Monday. Come on in. As a matter of fact, we haven't said it in a long time. Smash the like button, baby. Hey, Oakland, come on in. Come in, Oakland. Smash that share button. And remember to subscribe and ring the bell. 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 You gotta subscribe and ring the bell. When you ring the bell, you turn bell notifications on, and that way you find out when the channel is going live. And we have some deliciousness for you today on Money Monday, as we do every Money Monday, with this global conversation that you and I get to have Monday through Friday at 12 noon. Instead of team, it's team. Oh, means teaching each individual motivation. By talking real inspiration, person to person to people. Love it. I would like to speak with you in regards to being raised at Jehovah's Witness. I'm going through some, let's see. I'm going through some things. Girl, they want to hurt me for leaving and taking the children. Oh my goodness. Not going to happen. This is what you do. Come on to either, I don't do individual consultations any longer, one-on-one consultations any longer, because there's so many people to serve. I'm so thankful. So what you can do is, you can watch my series right here on the YouTube channel about Jehovah's Witnesses. Go through that whole series. I have a whole series here about Jehovah's Witnesses. And usually I would take a complimentary consultation. I don't do complimentary consultations anymore. And I used to do one-on-one coaching, spiritual life coaching. I don't do any one-on-one sessions anymore. We're growing, oh my goodness, growing the Christian Witches growing the Christian Witches Mystery School. Oh yeah, your in-laws. Yeah, I can understand. I can understand. I was there. I was there. I was there. Nothing is going to make it stop. You're the one to do something about it. They're not going to change. They shouldn't change. They already made their choice. They decided what they wanted to do, right? Yes? In all love and respect for you. You're the one. You're the one with the power. You're the one to stand up and walk your path. That's what I did. I stood up and walked my path. Let the chips fall where they may. And guess what? I just got a call from my brother the other day because my brother is still in the Jehovah's Witness thing. He's studying. And my brother is 40-something, and he was raised in Jehovah's Witnesses. And my brother is also gay. And I keep saying to him, why the hell do you want to be there and you're gay? Go live your gay, happy life. Like when he is with his friends, all his gay friends, I love hanging out with them. They have so much fun. He goes all over all these trips and things with his friends. And he didn't go to the Kingdom Hall for the longest. But you know what was still in there? Because he was born and raised in the Witnesses, in the cult. What was still in there is that fear that he's not going to see our mother again because our mother is gone on. She's passed on to glory, which I talk to mom all the time. But, they hold that fear over them that you're going to not see your dead loved ones unless you stay in the Kingdom Hall. That is a horrible manipulation of people's souls. Ooh, that's horrible. That's so sinister. That sounds like the devil to me. So sinister. That's what they do. That's what they do. And I'm telling you one thing. You walk your path. You do what you know you're called to do. Don't even look at them because they're going to do what they're going to do. You can't change that. But there is one person, and there is one person you have complete dominion and sovereignty over, and that is you. You are the authority in your life. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. That's what God said. God said you are the authority in your life. Isn't that beautiful? Smash up the likes, family. Smash up the likes. Can we get a smash-a-thon here? Can we get a smash-a-thon? Smash up the likes. Smash up the likes. And it's going to work out. Trust me. And you are having a beautiful invitation. Look up Charles Ponzi. Thank you. We got the answer. We got the answer. We got the answer to why it's called the Ponzi scheme. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We knew it was named after somebody. Come on! Boom! That's right. You are the authority in your life. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. Come on. Money in the vortex, money in the vortex, money in the vortex. Come on. You are the authority in your life, and that is the case with everyone, and everyone gets to choose. Everyone gets to choose. And pick up my book, How to Be a Christian Witch, even if you're not a Christian witch. Still pick up the book, How to Be a Christian Witch, even if you're not a Christian witch. There's a whole point of the book is spiritual growth and ascension. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Hey, Dorothy. How you loving? How you loving? Mwah, namaste. Come on in. Come on in. So, let me breathe. And let me pray. I am a minister here for the transcendence of humanity. A teacher here for the transcendence of humanity. Let's breathe and have a deep breath. Let's have a deep breath and pray. Great Spirit, thank you for covering everyone here. And Great Spirit, thank you for firing up our power that is within. And Great Spirit, thank you for guiding us and leading us in the way that is the way for each soul. The highest and best for all is our prayer. Hallelujah. Amen. Ashe. Sousou or illegal Ponzi scheme, which, and how do you tell the difference? So not too long ago, someone sent something to me, and it was a good friend of mine. It's a very good friend. It's a dear friend for many years That's why I even looked at it, because we're very good friends. If a stranger sent me something, look, y'all, I don't read Facebook Messenger. I don't read it. I don't read any of those messages in there. Every so often, my assistant will go in there, my executive assistant will go in there, and she'll look at messages. I don't have time to read 5,000 Facebook messages. That's not my job. I'm loving that so many folks reach out to us. And I'm also very clear on my job that if I read 5,000 Facebook messages and answered them, I wouldn't be writing the next book. I'm writing the 20th book right now, and it's popping, spell crafting for Christian witches. So understand that while I love you and I appreciate you, you will not get an answer on Facebook Messenger, because that is not my assignment. That's not my divine assignment. So what do? Buy the books, buy the books, buy the books, buy the books. Anytime, and I'm going to be real blunt and real honest, anytime you are asking for a person's attention free, it means you have a lack mentality. And you want to straighten that consciousness up. I was there. I used to be a financial planner for 7 years. And let me tell you something. No one could come into the office and get any services from us unless you paid. We had your credit card. We had your American Express card, or we had a check from you. Yes, back in the day, people used to still use checks. So you want to get into your consciousness that you want to pay for services and you want to pay people. Come on. Hallelujah. I know that's right. What do you think about Trello Lumens? Oh. Mwah. Money in a vortex. Not my thing. It's not my thing. The ones that I recommend, you've heard me talk about them, and my big one that I recommend right now, I don't feel like people need 50 million cryptos. I really don't. You only need, a few. If your game is wealth, my game is wealth, long-term wealth. Shake that purr. That's right. Fun ride. I know that's right. My whole goal is long-term wealth. So I will say that different people have different goals. So you may have a different goal. Your goal may be to make some short-term money and spend something or flip something. That's completely up to you what your intention is. My intention is long-term wealth. So because I'm always thinking of long-term wealth, $2.2 billion on the Forbes list, right? We've all already gone through millions. Now I'm thinking and talking billions, right? Now to go to billions, you must have a different consciousness, a different mindset. How does a billionaire think? A billionaire does not think opportunistically. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Gypsy Soul. Mwah. Thank you. A billionaire does not think opportunistically. What does it mean to be opportunistic? Opportunistic means I want to get a come up. I want to get in here and get something real quick and not work for it. Come on, we got a new member. I love it. Love it, 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 love it. Come on, new members. Come on. Money Monday. You can get access to all that beautiful content in the members portal. Beautiful, beautiful. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome. So, a billionaire does not think opportunistically. Thank you, Centrally. A billionaire thinks, what can I create that can, notice, create or invest in for a huge, this is what, I'm going to give you a term right now that billionaires think about, and this is what I think about. Asymmetrical risk reward. Asymmetrical risk reward. What is asymmetrical risk reward? Asymmetrical risk reward means I'm going to put in one investment, let's say 10 million. No. I'm going to give you a perfect example. This is a perfect example. I'm going to invest $25,000 in Uber as Gary Vaynerchuk, and a few years later, that investment is going to turn into 300 million. Do you see that that is asymmetrical risk reward? 25,000, and I didn't say next month, a few years later, it turned into 300 million and growing as Uber continues to grow. He was an early stage investor in Uber, as was Beyonce. That, and $25,000 is pretty much the typical investment that you would make if you're making a very early investment. Now understand something. By the time the stock comes out on the stock market, most big billionaires have already made their money in that thing. I'll give you an example. Gary Vaynerchuk was in the room when Uber was invented. Now we're going to get to the Sousou and the Ponzi scheme in a moment. I want to take us into this because this connects to the consciousness that we must have as billionaires. The consciousness of a billionaire is not a Ponzi scheme and is not a Sousou either. And I'll share why in a moment. Stay with me. So if you desire to become wealthy, I'm here for your freedom, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, and financially. I'm talking about be free. So you don't have to have billions to be free. You get to determine what will be freedom for you, right? That's up to you to decide. I'm already free. I don't need billions to make me free. I'm already free. I'm already financially free. I always have money coming. Money comes to me every day. More money is always coming to me. I'm very thankful. I'm very grateful. I'm honored and blessed to be able to get to do what I love, and money just pours on me. Money just rushes into me every day. I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful. And I also want to say, in addition to that the $2.2 billion of being on the Forbes list, why would that be a goal for me? It's a goal because there is a curriculum attached to you becoming a billionaire. There is a curriculum attached to me becoming a billionaire. I am interested in the curriculum. What will I learn? Who will I become? How will I speak, eat, act, talk differently? You see, I'm here ultimately for transformation. And it's a curriculum. Pick it. Pick a curriculum. I want to get married. That's a curriculum. I want to have a happy marriage. That's another curriculum. I want to have kids. That's a curriculum. I want to be on the Forbes billionaire list. That's a curriculum. And everything you say, the universe says yes, instantaneously. Yes. I want billions. Yes. And then what does it do? It doesn't give you billions. It puts you in the curriculum to create billions. Boom. You ask for gold, the universe gives you a shovel. Get to digging. You ask for gold. Yes. Here's your shovel. No, I want the gold. That's how you get the gold and keep the gold. Start digging. No one wants the digging part. Everyone wants the gold part. You cannot have and keep the gold without the digging part. But that's lost to a lot of people. That's why you got racks and racks and racks of poor people continually making themselves poorer and poorer every day with their choices from a lack consciousness. And why rich people just keep getting richer and richer and richer, and poor people hate on rich people because rich people just keep getting richer and richer and richer. I don't know why you hate on rich people when you could just become one. Why hate on rich people? Just be one. It's a choice. And it's a choice open to everyone. Love you. Mwah. Love you, boo. Now, asymmetrical risk reward means I put in $25,000 to Uber. Gary Vaynerchuk was in the room when Uber was invented. This is how he said the conversation went. They're all sitting around. They were in Silicon Valley in San Francisco. They're all sitting around in a room, about 5 or 6 people wealthy people working on a project. I don't know what people think wealthy people do. Wealthy people work. How did they become wealthy? I'm not talking about wealthy people like the billionaire Walmart kids and the billionaire M&M's Candies kids. And I'm not talking about the billionaire kids of all the billionaires. They received it. And so maybe they're working, maybe they're not. It depends on the terms of the trust. What I'm talking about is I am talking about someone who creates billions from scratch. Okay? You created it. Okay? Yes. That consciousness, do we understand? We agree and understand that this is a consciousness. A consciousness creates billions. Your work doesn't create billions. I know some people that's working hard as a billionaire right now. They're far from billionaire because the consciousness. So a group of wealthy people, successful people, they're sitting around in a room in San Francisco, in Silicon Valley, working on something else. They finished that thing for the day. And one of them says this. He thought to himself that he had to go outside and catch a cab Look how amazing, this is how Uber was born. Look how amazing ideas happen. And you've probably had these billion-dollar ideas, but what did you do with them? And what did you do with them? One of them said, man, I sure wish, listen to this, I sure wish there was an app that could call a cab for me. Boom. That's how Uber was invented. Boom. And everybody in the room looked like, that's a good idea. Like, why are we going outside, standing on the side of the road? Now, you have already had many ideas like this. You've seen something. It wasn't quite working for humanity anymore. And you had a better idea, but what did you do with it? Oh, why do we do it like this? We could just do so-and-so. Except they took action on it. They took action on it. They took action. Or like an app that calls a cab for you. But that's great. They took action on it. And now we have come into what is called the sharing economy. What is the sharing economy? The sharing economy says, well, I don't need a car if my neighbor down the street has a car and their car is just sitting and they want to make money. They could come pick me up and give me a ride, but I don't know them. So what do we need? We need some manner to connect all of us. We have the internet. We need some manner to be able to call them. We have the app. We need some manner to be able to pay them. Put your credit card in. We need some manner to be able to get the service. Here's the map. I'm standing here. You come pick me up. Brilliant. Now, I do want to say that I've been doing the studies on the financials of Uber because Uber still isn't profitable. And you may say, Uber has not turned a profit yet. No, actually, Uber is going to lose about $1 billion this year. $1 billion. Uber is going to burn $1 billion this year. So why the hell are we doing it? Well, because many startups are not profitable for a very long time. Facebook wasn't profitable for a very long time. As a matter of fact, early investors of Facebook were like, you got to figure out how you're going to monetize this thing. Else we're out. How do we make money out of this thing? How do we turn this thing into a cash machine? That's what we want, right? So how are the investors making money? Well, even though the thing is not profitable, profit is a function of income and outflow. So it's just that right now, Uber's income and their outflow, there's a big gap there for many different reasons. You can study the Uber financials. Yet, what is Uber worth as a company? So let's say Uber is worth right now $5 billion. And let's say that those 5 dudes and dudettes, whomever they were, let's say those 5 people, all decided, let's put in $25,000 each to get like a little office, get some coders, get some bandwidth on the whatever you have to do to put together Uber. Let's get some little design made so we can have our advertising budget. And let's say the 5 of them put in $25,000, $25,000, $25,000, $25,000, $25,000, $25,000, because you can, because you have it. $125,000. Let's get a little office. Let's put some coders on it. Let's start this thing. And now, let's just say, it didn't go exactly like this. I'm giving a simplistic example so that we can understand the point. Now, let's just say it catches on. 5 years later, it's worth $5 billion. And let's assume that there were no other investors in there. What happened? Each of those investors who put, okay, thank you. Uber is worth $56 billion, not $5 billion. Okay, you can see my example is way off. It's much simplified, tenfold simplified for us to get the point. So let's say it was worth $5 billion. Do you realize that each of those people turned a $25,000 investment into $1 billion because each of them own 20% of Uber? That's $1 billion. Okay, so let's say at $5 billion market cap, Uber goes public. That means that now they're going to become a publicly traded company on the stock market. Thank you. Thank you for, that is a beautiful knowing. 56 billion, that is awesome. From an idea. Do we get that, family? $56 billion from an idea. Now, let's go back to my example. Let's say that Uber is now going to go on the stock market. It's going to be publicly traded. As I was a financial planner back in the day, I visited the stock market. Incredible, incredible, incredible. I don't know if they even still give tours of the stock market. I don't know. It's incredible. It goes public. Let's say it's $5 billion market cap. And let's say that they're only going to sell 40%, because they only sell like 49% or less of the stock, because they don't want any of the stock shareholders to be able to buy the stock and own the company, right? They don't want to be able to get to 51% or more, because then you can make the controlling vote and you can determine where the company is going to go. So because all the shareholders are owners, right? So let's say they're going to sell 40% of the company. They're going to only offer shares. They slice the company up into all these different slices that add up to $5 billion. And they're only going to sell part of it. Let's say 40% of it. So let's just say 40% of it, and the other 60% of it they're keeping ownership of, right? They're, as in the form of shares. It now goes to shares. And these five still own the whole enchilada. But they've all agreed and they've come together. They did the paperwork. They did the red herring. They did the SEC filing. They did the taxes. They did all the steps. I'm giving you a very simplified version. There's a whole lot of steps in between this. I'm just giving it very simple. You go and you buy the stock at the IPO. Let's say the IPO was $100 a share. Do you see that the money at $100 a share? Oh, goody, goody, goody. Do you see that the $100 a share, you buying Uber, you have already missed the huge opportunity in Uber to turn 25,000 into $1 billion. By the time it hits the stock market and you buy, let's say you buy 5 shares at $100 each, you buy $500 worth. And then Uber goes from 5 billion to 56 billion. That $100 may turn into 10,000, maybe even 50,000. You're not going to get 25,000 to $1 billion. That opportunity is over. That opportunity was, and some of them may even cash out when the company goes public. You see, that opportunity for asymmetric risk reward, that was already carved out by the angel investors, the early stage investors, and all the rounds of funding that the company has. It was at the Shark Tank level, but you're buying it when it's a publicly traded company, and then it gets worse. You buy it in your 401k, or you buy it in your Roth IRA, and now it's now no longer just that stock. It's in a mutual fund that has tons of expenses. Your 401k has tons of expenses. Many of these expenses are invisible. They don't appear in your statement, and you wonder why you're not making money. That's not the way wealthy people do it. I don't think I know one wealthy person that has a 401k. Not one. Not one. Do I? Not one. Unless the only thing that I can see, I don't think so. I don't think any of the wealthy people, because even the C-suite people, let's say the CEO, the CFO, the COO at a company, at the same company that you work at, they're not in the same program with their money that you're in. And if you notice, on your 401k, you don't own your 401k, you're a participant. You put your money in something, in a pool, you're a participant. You don't own anything. You don't own your 401k. Very interesting. Look into it. Do you ever see on all your papers, plan participant? Why does it say that? It never says owner. Like, this is not mine. You're participating in something. What are you participating in? Why don't people ask these questions? They just take their paycheck and just, I'm maxing out my 401k. I used to tell people to do it until I discovered real wealth. Real wealth. That's nice. It's not going to create real wealth for you. Now, not to mention the tax man. That's on a whole nother story. Now, let's go to what this has to do with the Sousou and an illegal Ponzi scheme. Right now, there's this thing going on. Like I said, a friend approached me and said, hey, Val, look at this video. I'm not watching any video, but I heard something about put in $1,400 and get out $11,000 or something like that. But has anybody heard these numbers? put in 14,000 and get out 11,000. Is the numbers correct, what I'm talking about? I know y'all probably heard of it, right? Anyone heard of it? Talk to me. Who's heard of this thing? Who has heard of this thing? Talk to me, family. Okay, you've heard of it. Beautiful. Gypsy Soul. What was the numbers? Put in 1,400 and get out what? 11,000 or something like that? I want to be accurate on what I'm talking about. Or what was the one that was presented to you? Oh, I've not heard of it before. Oh, good. You're on the wealth path. I know that's right. Yes? Okay. Let's work with that example. Put in 1,400, get out 11,000. First of all, you ought to run when you hear that immediately. Why? Put in 500 and get 4,000. There you go. There you go. Yep, that's it. You ought to run immediately. Why? First, let's describe what a Sousou is. What is a Sousou? Okay, put in 1,400 and get out 11,000. In the Caribbean, called a Sousou. That's right. That's right. Okay, you've heard of it. Okay, here is a Sousou. A Sousou is a group of people, let's say 10 people, that are really good friends. Oh, put up 50 and get 5,000. Oh my goodness, that's even worse. Oh, that's even worse. Okay, so a Sousou is a group of people who get together and choose to participate in distributing their wealth. They're not growing their wealth. They're distributing their wealth. Here's what it looks like. Let's say 10 people come together. No, let's make it simple. Let's put 5. Put in 400 and get 4,000, but you have to bring in 2 more people. That's an illegal Ponzi scheme. That is it exactly. That is it exactly. Okay. Oh, it's about sex. All right. Let's say that 5 of us get together and we're going to create a Sousou. And let's say our Sousou is going to be $200 each. What does it look like? It means month 1, we come together, the 5 of us, and each of us brings 200 to the table except one. So one person's going to go first. Let's say that's Joe. Joe is going to go first. I'm going to bring 200, give it to Joe. This person's going to bring 200, give it to Joe. This person's going to bring 200, give it to Joe. This person's going to bring 200, give it to Joe. Joe just got $800. Now the next month, the same 5 people are going to come together again. And this time they're all going to give it to me. Joe is going to bring $200, give it to me. This one's going to bring $200, give it to me. This one's going to bring $200, give it to me. This one's going to bring $200, give it to me. Now I got the $800. The next month, we come together, we do the same thing in the same exact day, but this time this person's getting the money. $200 to this person. This person gives $200 to this person. This person gives $200 to this person. This person gives $200 to this person. This is completely legal. This is completely helpful for people who are in certain binds. This was used throughout the Caribbean and in many parts poorer places. Or I'm going to give you a Sousou that I heard of that was incredible. Or it was used for this fashion. It's not only for poor people. Here's how else people have used a Sousou. One day I was in my Jehovah's Witnesses, walking all around, knocking on doors. And I knocked on the door of this Korean lady. I'm not sure if she was Korean or Vietnamese. She was an Asian lady. I think she said she was Korean. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna go with Korean. And she had this beautiful home. And I went inside her home and we were talking, Jehovah's Witness, and she told me that they never get mortgages. They always pay cash for all their homes. Now this home was about a $150,000 home. This was way back in the day. It was about a $150,000 home. She said, yeah, they all take turns buying a house for each other. And I said, how does it work? Well, on January 1st of each year, all of them come together and bring $15,000 and give it to one person. So it was like 10 of them. All came together and bought $15,000. And they all give it to, let's say, Susie. Susie Q, she gets that 150,000. She goes, buys her house cash. Done. The next year, January 1st, they all bring $15,000. They give it to the next person. That person buys their house cash. Now, the other people that already have their house, more than likely, they're giving some kind of shelter to the people who are still in the Sousou who haven't bought their house yet. And by this method, all of the people in their community have a house free and clear with no mortgage. And then for the other people who are still saving up to get their house, there's just saving. The house is never going to cost you more than $15,000. That's a smart idea. That's a pooling of resources. That's community. That's coming together to create something that's beautiful. But please do understand, you're not ever getting more than what you put in. Do you see what I'm saying? Unless you take the money and you buy an appreciating asset like a house with no mortgage. Do you get how smart that is? That's very smart. And that's not illegal, because you can gift up to, I think, $10,000 or $15,000 to any number of parties legally on your taxes. You can give cash gifts to people. Well, of course, you can gift your money if you want to. Now, let's talk about the illegal Ponzi scheme. The illegal Ponzi scheme is you're going to put in a certain amount of money and you're going to get an exponentially larger amount of money. Do you see that in the Sousou, you put in the same amount that you get? Because it's just that you got it on January 1st, you got it all at the same time. But now you didn't get any more than you put in, because for the next 9 years, you now have to give $15,000 on January 1st to each person, because you already have your house and they're going to get their house. It's always equal. You're never getting any more than you put in. It's simply the timing of it. That's why people use it as a savings. People that have a hard time saving, or people that want to accomplish something big. And let me tell you something. This Sousou thing, you have to trust the people in that thing like you trust your own self. Because what if in year 2, the person who got the $150,000 doesn't give anybody $15,000, but they just got a free house and the house is in their name, and what are you going to do? You see, most of these things, they have been going on for so many generations, and the people that are in them really trust each other. They're like family and neighbors, and they've been trusting each other generationally. Like, this Sousou wasn't new. This Sousou had been going on for generations. You know how many houses they bought? And they bought them all cash in the United States. So this thing had been going on for generations. This was an institution. This was not just something you just fly by night see on Instagram. Let's look at the Ponzi scheme. The Ponzi scheme, on the other hand, you're going to put in some amount and you're going to get some exponentially larger amount. That's always illegal. Illegal, 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 illegal all day long. I don't care what you call it. Oh, it's the boards. Oh, it's the fishing well. Oh, it's the friends helping friends. Oh, it's the new Facebook Sousou. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. Call it whatever you like. Look at it. And when you see 2 things, you will know it's a Ponzi scheme. Here are the 2 things that you'll know it's a Ponzi scheme. 1, you have to get more people. In a Sousou, you don't get more people. A Sousou is closed. They say how many people are in it, and that's it. They don't have the design to go out and get more people. They don't want to go get more people. They already have their 10 people. It's not a growth engine. Do you understand that? Even if you do say, well, one of your girlfriends can come in, maybe your girlfriend found out about it, you talk to it's like a book club. I've been in a book club for 20 years. We're not trying to go out and recruit people for our book club. If we meet somebody and they're okay and they would fit into our book club and we all really, really, really trust them because we have some really intimate conversations, then maybe we may let them in. We're not actively going out. In a Ponzi scheme, you have to actively go out and get people because you have to keep feeding the monster. Why? Because it's unsustainable. Why? Because you put in 500 and get out 11,000. No, you put in 500, or what was the number that we said? You put in 500 and get out whatever the number is. You put in 1,000, let's say, and get out 12,000. That's not sustainable. Where's the 12,000 coming from? I'll tell you. So a Ponzi scheme has this engine. It has to get people, and it has to continually get people. And Sousou doesn't have that. So it's got to keep going and getting more people and more people to feed the monster to give you this 12,000 from 1,000. Next, that's the first thing that you know. Ponzi scheme, if you have to get people, Ponzi scheme. The next thing is, well, I already said it, that you put in one amount and you get out a huge more amount. Ponzi scheme. Just tell yourself, anything where I put in something and get more out is a Ponzi scheme. It's illegal. It will be shut down by the FTC one day. And guess what? I could go and have a problem with the FTC if I'm promoting it, because guess what? I was at a business meeting. This blew my mind. The FTC had brought a lawsuit against this particular some group of people. And guess what? They were promoting it on their Instagram, and the FTC had been screenshotting their Instagram. You don't know who's looking at your Instagram. It's public. You don't know who's looking at all your promotions. If they're saying anything like that is illegal, you don't know who is reporting what you're doing. You don't know any of that. By the time this lady got to court, they had a dossier on her like this of evidence that they had been collecting over I don't know how long. They had all kinds of screenshots. They had all kinds of things that she had said in the write-up of her wording in her post on Instagram. Is it worth it? No, because here's the true travesty of the Ponzi scheme. You're going to lose your money, or if you don't lose your money, someone's going to lose their money. And when you want to be the one who bought someone something and they lost their money, maybe you didn't lose your money. Someone's going to lose their money, because that's why it's illegal. At the end of the day, you have to take $12,000. You need 12 people to pay off one person. That's unsustainable. You need 12 people to pay off one person. Where are you going to get the next 12 to pay off one person? Someone is not going to get paid. Read my lips. Someone, or many someones, are not going to get paid. They're going to be out of their $500, and that's going to be that. They're going to get mad, and they're going to call someone, or they're going to be out of $4,000. This is how every single one of them ends the same way. People lose money, and they go report it. It ends the same way. If something kept ending the same way every single time, why would you do it? Because your consciousness is thinking that you're going to jump in and you're going to get a quick come up and get out before, and you're not thinking about the people behind you. $500, there goes Bernie Madoff. Madoff with all their money. Why? Because of a consciousness. What is it? It's greed. One word. What are the 7 deadly sins? Greed. You see why it's a deadly sin? Greed. I don't even believe in sin. It's a deadly consciousness. Greed. There's only 2 things that kill you on the stock market. They always say that: fear and greed. You get afraid, you make dumb choices with your money on the stock market, or greed. You just want to get. Gordon Gekko. Don't we have many of the Wolf of Wall Street? Where are they now? Bernie Madoff, is he still locked up? And was it worth it? Bernie Madoff, your son killed himself. Your wife left you. You're disgraced and disowned. And you're in prison. Was it worth it? How do people think that any of these things are worth it? What would make it worth it? What? What would make the death of your son worth it? The man hung himself. What would make it worth it? And all that's on your head. All that's on your head. Folks better get themselves together, put in all of the nonsense online. Oh my goodness, it's nonsense, right, Aurora Day? It is nonsense. And there are some people, he's still in there. Oh wow. Well, the Wolf of Wall Street had a YouTube. Let me go watch his YouTube channel. The Wolf of Wall Street has a YouTube channel. OMG. Let me Why? Please give this to every one of your friends who's thinking about doing something like that, who comes to you about that, who wants to talk to you about it. Let me tell you a story. We're going to end with a story. Of course, you know I did these things, and I'm going to tell you what happened. So years ago, this was like 90s, somewhere in the 90s. Here go my girlfriend call me, Val. Yeah? Somebody just told me about something. Here it goes. Somebody just told me about something. It's called the boards. Really? What is it? And we were struggling moms, right? We were single moms, newly separated and blah, blah, blah. We were having some struggles and blah, blah, blah. I had 2 kids. She had 1, and we were living together because both of us decided we were over with our husbands. We were over with the Jehovah's Witness cult, and we was dropping it like it's hot. We was living our lives. So we had a place together, right? So she moved into my place because my husband had moved out. It was a whole configuration. I'll tell you that part of the story later. But anyway, she said, yeah, somebody told me about it. Well, she had some military friends or somebody like that who had told her about it, because the fire department, police department, military, they were deep into this. I'm telling you, there were so many firemen, and it was in DC. Well, she said, yeah, it's called the boards. And you put in 500 and you get out, it was something like that. You put in 1,000, you get out 12,000. I was like, well, how does it work? See, because I didn't know about, oh yeah, the police were in on it. The fire department, I'll tell you, the largest group of people that were investing were the fire department and the police department. You see, the police, they're not the ones to stop this kind of crime. This is white collar crime. Police work with people on the streets and blue collar crime. So the police were in on this. The ones that bust up white collar crime is FTC, the feds. So the police in DC, they were with all of us. They was like, yeah, let's get it. The firemen too. It was big with the firemen, because the firemen didn't get paid a lot of money. So, firemen. Anyway, that was the configuration of our thing. So here we are going to this thing. They say, get dressed up because it's in a country club. I was like, ooh. So we get our dressed up with our, deliciousness on. And we're going to go downtown to this country club in DC. It was on I Street in DC. It was this very swanky country club. And you bring cash. That's the next problem. Cash is untraceable. That's the next problem. Cash. And they want cash. Or right now, I guess they're doing cash out. I don't know how they're doing it, but you have to do cash. You can't leave a paper trail, right? Bring cash. Bring $1,000. Well, let's go check it out. Okay, let's check it out. Now, we struggling single moms, so we trying to figure out our lives, right? And we working it, we putting it together, and I'm running businesses. We doing all kinds of stuff to make our paper. We was like, yeah, let's add that to the crew, to the mix of making our money. So we call our other girlfriend, Cynthia. So the 3 of us go downtown. So we go into this place, bring cash. Okay, $1,000, and get on this board and make 12,000. So we sat there. They had a presentation. This is swanky. This is upper level. Okay, these people in the suits and whatnot. We're in a country club. And it was mostly all people that looked like me. So I was very impressed. Like, these people haven't figured out. They haven't figured out how to turn $1,000 into $12,000 in a matter of days. Well, guess what? It was called the boards. And what we saw before, I'm going to tell you what we saw before our very eyes. They told the presentation. They gave they showed you the pyramid scheme. It was a pyramid scheme. It was definitely a Ponzi scheme. They showed you the pyramid scheme, and then they got down to business of doing the transactions. And what the transaction looked like was, at the top, there was what they called a president. That's what they call it. Then that was the president. Then next, it was 4 levels. At the top was the president. Then these 2 people right under the president, that's the president had to get 2 people, right? Your 2 people are the vice presidents. Then underneath them was something like, let's say, junior VP. Let's call it junior VP. There were 4. So it's 1 at the top, 2 here, and then each of these 2 have 2 under them. So you see on the 3rd level is 4 people. Then you go deeper, and each of those 4 people now have 8 people under them. So the 8 people that are coming in, they each come in and get their place on this board. They get a spot on the board by doing what? By paying $1,000 to the president. So the president was there at the top, and I'll show you how you become president in a moment. So the president is at the top. There's 12, there was like 20, 30, 40 people in the room. Very nice. And they got cash. These people have money. So we're watching them, and what they do is, this person, they got the table there with the cash. And this person is giving $1,000 to the president. And if there's 8 people there, the president just got, if there's 12 people there, pardon me, not, it's 1, 2, 4, and then 8. No, this one must have been $1,000 for $8,000, let's just say. Okay, so these 8 spaces at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To get a, pardon me. To get a space on this board, you had to pay $1,000 cash to the president, and then you own that space. Next person, $1,000 to the president, they own that space. The next person, $1,000 to the president, they own that space. The next person, $1,000 to the president, they own that place. 8 people on this bottom rung. The president just cashed out, got the $8,000, put the $8,000 cash in their pocket. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm not saying some people don't get paid. That's not what I'm saying. People get paid. Next. Then what happens to the board? It splits in 2. And this is how it keeps perpetuating. So this board that had 1 person at the top, 2, 4, 8, it then splits in 2. The president is gone and may come back around, because usually what they do is the president will promise to come back in around behind somebody, because they got to keep feeding this thing. Excuse me. And now the 2 vice presidents are presidents, and they're at the top of the board. And now there's 2, and the 4 people that were just at the bottom 8, they've just moved up to being 4. And now we're going to get a fresh new 8 fools at the bottom, who are all going to come and pay their $1,000. And what we saw was that it would turn over so fast, because they had so many people there. It would turn over so fast that one night a person could get paid out more than once. Like, you could get paid out, get on another board, get paid out again. If you have enough people there, people get paid out like that. Well, we got on the boards. We got money. We put our money together. Okay, let's put our money together and put in this, whatever it was, 500 or 1,000, whatever. And let's get our money. We got paid out. Okay, we get the money. And what do? You get addicted. You can't stop. You can't stop. You keep going. So we go back in again. And then we found some other ones. And then we found some bigger ones that were like downtown DC. Like, the thing just kept spreading. And then we went to the ones where there was this big hall. It looked like almost like a fire hall, like a big banquet hall. All these tables, and on all these tables was boards. People just bringing cash, $500, $500, $500, and a person would just get paid out, and they would have like $3,500, and then they would go on another board. It's 500, 500, 500, 500, and then they would get paid out. And then all of a sudden, we were doing that for weeks. All of a sudden, boom, over. Done. Over. Fed shut it down. Why? Because people started to lose. People started to come in with 1,000, be sitting on the board forever and ever and ever, and nobody gives them the money. People started to lose. They all end the same way. So what's the solution? What do you want to do instead? Here's the solution. The solution is, you want to work. Please work for your money. I work for money. Please work for your money. And when I say work for money, I don't mean I work to get money. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about come up with an idea, come up with an offering, create and offer your creations, serve humanity and offer your creations to humanity, offer your service to humanity, and the universe will give you money in return, in addition to fulfillment and fun and all kinds of things. And you want to have that circuit. You want to create. You want to earn it. You want to create success. You want to do that. In Kabbalah, let me tell you the spiritual karma for doing all of these things. Here's the spiritual karma. And I'm going to talk about this on Facebook too, because it's big on Facebook, and we got to shut that down. We're just going to shut it down. On The spiritual karma is this. It's called bread of shame. What is bread of shame? Bread of shame means that you got something that you didn't work for and you feel it. Like right now, if I sent you a check for $1 million, you say, oh, thank you. Oh, that's beautiful, Reverend Val. That's beautiful. Oh, I just feel so good giving. Next month, I sent you another check for $1 million. Wow, $2 million. That's amazing, Reverend Val. Thank you. Oh, I just feel so good giving to my LoveTubers. Third month, I send you a check for $1 million. The energy starts to change a little bit, like, oh, wow. I wonder why she's doing this. Like you get a little question mark, doubt. I just feel so good giving all this money away. Fourth month, I send you another check for $1 million. After a while, you are going to start to resent me because I am giving you a huge amount of money for nothing. For nothing. The universe doesn't work that way. You don't get big for nothing. And you don't get something that doesn't match proportional to what you do. So you might say, well, Reverend Val, you just talked about asymmetrical risk reward at the beginning of this video, and you said that in asymmetrical risk reward, you're trying to make a very big profit from a very tiny investment. That's a distinction. Profit, investment. This is Ponzi scheme, illegal. Profit, investment, legal. Ponzi scheme, illegal. Those 5 people that sat in the room and funded Uber, funded the idea, that was not a Ponzi scheme. That was an investment. They had to go through all the legal requirements for Uber to be where it is now at $56 billion. That's not a Ponzi scheme. It's called an investment from an idea. And it's what we see on Shark Tank every day, and it's legal. And it's done by people who are doing the work. The people that are doing the work, they did the work so that they would have $25,000 to invest in someone else's business. The sharks, they did their work over many decades so that they can sit on the stage and be a shark and say, I'll invest $100,000. I'll give you $150,000 right now for 40% of your company, and this is where we're going to take it. That's called legal investing, creating a business with huge profits, with services and products that people want and buy. This is foolishness. Don't do it. You don't want the negative karma of bread of shame. You don't want it. And you don't want the negative karma of having told someone about it and they didn't get paid. Maybe you got paid, but you told 3 or 4 or 5 friends about it and they're all out of $1,000 or $5,000 now. I don't want that. See, I'm here to make people wealthier. I'm here to support people and lift people up. I'm here to make sure you win. And I'm here to make sure you win big. That's what we're about in the Wealth and Wellness Vortex. If you haven't joined us yet, absolutely join us in the Wealth and Wellness Vortex. We got 0 Ponzi schemes. We only have hard work, working a system that works, and make your money the old-fashioned way. Earn it. Like they used to say on the commercial back in the day. We make our money the old-fashioned way. We earn it. People have forgotten that principle. That principle has never left. I love you. God bless you. I'm writing a book on money, and I'm really elated to be able to bring this book, Spiritual Principles of Money, to us. Really, really elated for that. God bless you. Have a beautiful day. Peace, KAISI out. Stay away from Ponzi schemes. God, wait a minute. Woo! That's beautiful. That's a beautiful way to close. Mwah. Love you. Peace. Billionfold return to all our super chatters. Yay. Oh, mwah. Alexis, thank you so much. Mwah. Love you, love you, love you. God bless you. Have a beautiful day. Let's go get our paper the right way. Yeah, baby.